But kuningiest, like honestly, with the Meyiwa case, it's skakla after skakla after skakla. And today, Zungu and yo guys, honestly, today, hey, ngoba namhlanje, today we get there, and then where are the notes? Like the whole weekend, I was like waiting for the notes because in my head, I'm like, there's either not gonna be notes or he's gonna write new notes. Because how are we gonna validate that he's written them? And this guy didn't surprise me. I was actually gonna be shook and surprised if he had written a new one, right? To just give us notes. Because, yeah, do that. But no, this guy comes back and is like, there's no notes. Ask me what happened to the notes. This guy says, I kid you not, this guy says the notes were shredded. Today, he's telling us the notes were shredded. I'm like, sir, how are the notes shredded when you're in KZN? When they're in KZN? And they were not in a police station in KZN. They were in his residence. Do they have a shredder? I don't know. I live in the lollies, right? But we have a printer and there's technology. But a shredder in the house, and my lollies is not like lolly. He's from the lollies. I don't know. I was just like, you mentioned a shredder and notes in KZN. Why were the notes in KZN? When did you go to KZN? This guy said he doesn't go home very often. He's a police officer. He's not in university and visiting home every now and then. This guy hasn't gone home in a while. He said that. Guys, I feel like we're being gaslit in this court so much that we're doubting ourselves for having listened wrong. And this starts from the judge. Oh, judge will be like, oh, mina, I listen. Guys, I am actually very tired. Whew, this case has me like this. I'm actually very tired. I am actually very tired. Okay, this case has me like this because this is how I'll be looking at the screen and talking to myself that, judge, this judge keeps saying, I listen, mina, I listen. And he's pointing at us. He's like, I listen. And I'm like, judge, but you listened wrong because today was just the most, it took the cap for me with the judge. I was just like, I'm done with this judge because Umnisi gets up, right? Mnisi was the one who had asked for these notes, which are now have been shredded, right? We're only hearing about this today. The judge goes on a tangent, right? And the tangent is based on wrong information because he doesn't. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. And I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself. This is Tobeka. And today I'm going to be talking about the SENZO MEYIWA case. Not my usual content, not the intention of this channel, but I feel that I want to vent somewhere, right? And then this is my outlet to vent. So let's get to it. Namhlanje sikhuluma ngoZungu. uZungu, guys, came on, when did he come? I think Friday. I think he came on Friday or Thursday. I can't remember. Kuningi, guys, it's a lot at once, right? So when Zungu came and was examined by Ubaloyi, right? Examination in chief, right? I think that's the term. Yes. He was examined by Baloyi. Everything went okay according to their version, right? Everything was fine, right? So I was like, something is not make sure here. I was like from the beginning, uZungu was like, man, something is beating the water with Zungu. So fine, besides the fact that he's a cop who was chilling with Nkabis and having drinks, right? And seeing them carrying pow and not doing anything, let's put that aside, right? But Jay, something wasn't making sense with his story. It was just not, there was no thread. There was no golden thread. If you know, you know. Don't come for me. I'm not the girl, not today. But anyways, there was just no flow to his story. So I was like, Zungu, something's very suspicious with this witness, as most of the state witnesses, right? No offense to Mr. Baloyi, but your witnesses are very, yeah. In any case, Zungu came, took the stand, and then he was just, people are saying, no, Zungu is telling the truth. He knows these 5 accused and whatnot. But I think if he does know them, fine. And if he is telling some truth, I think he's leaving out a lot of things for the story to make sense, right? I don't believe it because it's unbelievable if you listen to it, right? This is the SENZO MEYIWA case. I think it was on the 9th. Yeah, 9, 10, 11. On the 8th, yes, on the 8th of September, that's where things started going south for this witness. And this is another own goal. Okay, Baloyi, this is another own goal. But the thing about this case, yeah, is not just the witness, the state witnesses. It's not Baloyi, but it's the judge. Okay, the judge on this case. So Uzungu is on the stand today. Zungu kuningi, guys. Uzungu kwabini, whatever. Zungu comes. He claims that at the time he was a constable. He's still a constable. I think he said for like 12 years now he's been a constable. Questionable. How have you not gotten a promotion? But we'll get to that. That's neither here nor there, right? Zungu. Yo, Uzungu, guys. Like, this guy actually, there's another show that I've been watching. What do they call it? Mzansi Reality TV. If you want to follow this case, go watch Mzansi Reality TV. I like to go give my 2 cents over there in the comment section. But today I was just like, you know what? I can't wait for Mzansi Reality. So I'm gonna come to this YouTube myself and like say my 2 cents. Zungu came on Friday and told us that he was with the guys and whatever. So he testified basically with a statement that the state said it was typed, right? There's no handwritten statement, and usually statements are handwritten, but this particular one was typed and then signed by himself, Zungu, the witness, which I find very weird, right? So we move. Zungu's typed statement states that he was having fun with the guys on the 26th of October 2014, 26th October. That was the Sunday that SENZO MEYIWA was shot and unalived by, we don't know. That's why we're here. We want to see who shot and unalived SENZO MEYIWA, right? Now Zungu is like, I was with the 5 guys on the day I saw them. We were having fun with my cousin. He states his cousin is Gwabini. Not even a cousin. I think he said his brother's son or something like that. That's what he said on Friday. He said Gwabini is his brother's son. And then he says accused number 1 is a cousin, whatever. He knows accused number 2 as well. They're from the same village. Apparently, that's what Zungu states, that he knows the 2 guys, and accused 3 to 4 he saw on the day. But he knows them. He knows them, right? Excuse me. And he knows that they are Nkabis. And if you don't know what an Nkabi is a person who does pam and analyze people as a profession. Okay, so Uzungu states that I was with these Nkabis, we were drinking, we were having fun, dancing, eating meat, pam, kumnandi. And then these 2 guys walked in very suspiciously, and they were carrying firearms. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? They're carrying pum, and they had 2. One was a revolver and the other one was a 9mm. Actually, the one was a revolver, the other one was like a pistol. That is not a revolver. In any case, so if you know the case, you know that one of the witnesses in the house said that the first accused or the first intruder has a firearm that looked like it had a wheel. So we all know that is a revolver, right? And then some of the witnesses are like, yeah, I wasn't sure. But then for many years, we thought it had a wheel because of that one who said it looked like it had a wheel, right? But then according to what the police have And what the state is telling us is that the gun or the bullets that was found in the house did not belong to a revolver. It belonged to something that is a normal pistol without a wheel, right? Which is like suspicious, because now what happened to the revolver, right? And so that's why they brought this witness, I guess, to kind of prove that there was another. But nobody talked about two guns. Everyone in the house, the eyewitnesses, say that there was one firearm. I'm sorry, I keep saying this word. There was one firearm and it looked like it had a wheel. And the other intruder, the second one, who was the taller one, allegedly had a sharp object that resembled a knife. So there was one firearm. But we digress. We move. That's what we're told by the eyewitnesses, the people who were there. They know what they saw. They saw one firearm and a knife-like object. But now the state is telling us that, according to the evidence that is put to us on the court, the bullet that was found cannot go into a revolver. So now the firearm was not a revolver. So as we were simmering with that information, they like slap us with this guy who's now coming to tell us that he was with the 5 accused, all of them, right? We know that the accused have claimed they don't know each other. Some of them don't know each other. Some of them do know each other, but they're not connected in that way, right? So people think we are supporting or protecting the 5 accused. I'm not personally. I'm not protecting any of them. I'm just saying that the evidence is very shady and I would like to know what actually happened. But the current evidence is not implicating these guys, right? And if they are Nkabis, I think they're gonna do their time for whoever they carbonized, right? But I don't think it was Meyiwa, and that is because of the evidence. Why would the people in the house clean the evidence? Why would they clean the house? How are we gonna find? Why didn't the police take swabs of DNA for everyone? Why didn't they do gunshot residue for the people in the house? Like, there's a lot of things that were not done in this case that is making it really hard to pin these guys. I'm not saying it's not them. I'm also saying the evidence doesn't say it's them, right? We want to know who did it. They mustn't force us to believe that it's these guys, even if there's no evidence that points to them. And guys, what is making this case very interesting for me is the fact that it's like a film, you guys. It's like a film. Every day, 4:30 every day, every day, guys. Every day is new witness with new information that just blows my mind, right? So anyways, Zungu, I digress. I'm so sorry for someone who's trying to follow this, but Zungu comes in today. So on Friday, he said, yeah, I was with these guys. Someone looked suspicious. Some of them, they were acting very suspicious, so I thought they did it, blah blah blah. After a few days, when I heard that SENZO was no more, I was like putting 2 and 2 together that, hey, could it be these guys? Because that day they were acting weird and they had weapons with them. Could it be them? And they already knew that SENZO, something had happened to SENZO on the day. So how did they know? So I think it's them. Basically, that's what this guy is telling us, that I was chilling with these guys. They acted funny. Someone disappeared. They were acting funny. And they had weapons. And they were wearing the same thing that was described on the TV, that the suspect were wearing this. And he's like, I think I saw them wear that. So basically, that's what this witness was saying. So people are like, okay, maybe these guys did it. But we were not born yesterday. We're not just gonna go by that and say, oh, that's the gospel truth, let's run with it. No, we have to re-examine the current evidence. And I mean, the defense has to re-examine, right? So under exam, that's what that guy said. He was like, yeah, I know the guys, I'm related to some of them, we were there, they were acting very sus, right? So so the first defense Mr. Ramsipele cross-examined this guy, right? So cross-examined on his typed statement, right? It was typed, it wasn't handwritten. So I was like, that's suspicious. Most of the statements we've seen in this case are handwritten. Most statements and affidavits are handwritten, right? But this particular one was typed. First time ever I'm hearing of a typed statement. So this cop is like, yeah, this one was typed, but I actually, on Friday, that's what he said on Friday. He said, it's typed, but I had written a handwritten one and signed it, but I also had it typed. So I'm like, so why aren't we looking at the handwritten one, which is the original one? Like, it didn't make sense to me why they bringing a typed one when he wrote. So I think someone asked him on Friday that, why do you have a typed one? And then he said, no, I actually, after he backpedaled on Friday actually, because he had said, I have a handwritten one, I wrote it down, and then it was typed. And then he backpedaled to say, actually, it was from notes that I handwritten myself. I handwritten notes, and then they made the statements from the notes. That's what he said, right? Eventually, that's what he said on Friday. And then the judge was like, and Mnisi was like, I'm sorry, my lord, I'm uncomfortable. That's defense for number 3. He said, I'm not comfortable. 3 and 4, I think. No, number 3, yes. Advocate Mnisi for number 3. He said, I'm uncomfortable crossing this guy on a typed statement when there's actually a written one, right? And that's what we heard. This guy said there's a written statement, which he later said it's notes. So Mnisi was like, I want to see the written stuff, please. So the judge ordered the guy to go to KZN, to KwaZulu Natal. Mind you, this guy is working in Gauteng, wrote the statement in 2023, 31st of May, 2023, in Gauteng. This guy claims that the notes to that statement are actually in KZN because he had to go safe keep them in KZN. So the judge was like, okay, go and, I don't know, go and fetch the notes in KZN. So, and they ordered security to like escort him or whatever. So today, today we get there, and then where are the notes? Like the whole weekend I was like waiting for the notes, because in my head I'm like, there's either not going to be notes or he's going to write new notes, because how are we going to validate that he's written them? And this guy didn't surprise me. I was actually going to be shook and surprised if he had written a new one, right, to just give us notes, because yeah, do that. But no, this guy comes back and is like, there's no notes. Ask me what happened to the notes. This guy says, I kid you not, this guy says the notes were shredded. Today, he's telling us the notes were shredded. I'm like, sir, how are the notes shredded when you're in KZN, when they're in KZN? And they were not in a police station in KZN. They were in his residence. Do they have a shredder? I don't know. I live in the lollies, right? But we have a printer and there's technology. But a shredder in the house, and my lollies is not like lolly. He's from the lollies. I don't know. I was just like, you mentioned a shredder and notes in KZN. Why were the notes in KZN? When did you go to KZN? This guy said he doesn't go home very often. He's a police officer. He's not in university and visiting home every now and then. This guy hasn't gone home in a while. He said that. Guys, I feel like we're being gaslit in this court so much that we're doubting ourselves for having listened wrong. And this starts from the judge. Or judge will be like, oh, mina, I listen. Guys, I am actually very tired. Whew, this case has me like this. I'm actually very tired. Okay, this case has me like this because this is how I'll be looking at the screen and talking to myself that, judge, this judge keeps saying, I listen, mina, I listen. And he's pointing at us. He's like, I listen. And I'm like, judge, but you listened wrong, because today was just the most, it took the cap for me with the judge. I was just like, I'm done with this judge, because Umnisi gets up, right? Umnisi was the one who had asked for these notes, which are now have been shredded, right? We're only hearing about this today. The judge goes on a tangent, right? And the tangent is based on wrong information because he doesn't want to listen. Umnisi submitted that this witness, or my client, accused number 3, noted to me that this guy said on the record, under oath, that he had a handwritten statement. He said it on the record, under oath, right? And then the judge is like, Advocate Nisi, you are accusing Baloyi. You are accusing Advocate Baloyi for not sharing this information, from withholding information from you, from withholding the original statement. And then he went on quoting cases, referencing old cases, whatever case he could. He was referencing them and saying that Advocate Mnisi is actually putting Baloyi at risk, and Baloyi could actually be disbarred for withholding information. And that's not what Mnisi said, to be honest. Mnisi had said, this witness said on the record that he had these statements that were handwritten by himself. The judge even said he must go to KZN and fetch them. And now the judge is saying, but you're accusing Baloyi for not having shown you the original. And I'm like, Mnisi never said that, judge. Mnisi just said that this is the witness's, this is the state's witness, right? So the state should know if there's anything. And then the state said, I don't know. And Mnisi's like, but we asked the witness to go get it. And now the judge is like, no. You are putting Baloyi at risk here for his career, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes on to say that I'm asking him now, is there a statement? And this witness is saying there's never been a statement. And I'm like, that wasn't the point though. And then Mnisi was like, judge, I asked if we could play and hear that this guy said there was a statement. And the judge is like, I hear you, but I'm saying now he's saying there isn't. I'm like, but you, judge, said he can go to case and go fetch it. So how? And then he goes reading these cases, and then he's like, oh, I wrote this last night. And I'm like, you wrote it last night, but you haven't heard the heads. You hadn't heard what Baloyi was going to come and say. You hadn't heard what Mnisi is going to say, but you've already made a judgment last night. How? I was very like, I don't know, guys. Those who do law, maybe I'm wrong. But yeah. So anyways, we move. This guy then changes the whole thing. And then he's like, so Mnisi just keeps quiet. The defense just keeps quiet. And the judge goes on to say, yes, there was never a statement. Nobody said a statement. Even though the witness had said there's a statement, we've not established there's no statement, blah, done. Cool. Which I think is fair, right? He asked the guy today and we move, right? So that's neither here nor there, as Baloyi said. Excuse me. So we move. And then now we get to the actual cross-examination. So Ramsipeli starts his re-examination again, right? His cross-examination, I think re-exam, I don't know. He crosses him again, right? And then this time around, the state has made amendments to the type statement that this guy, guys, I was like, didn't Baloyi examine this guy in his evidence in chief with this statement as it was? Didn't he? And then Ramsipeli also cross-examined him with a statement, and then 2 days later they are saying there are errors in the statement and they want to change them. I'm like, we've already listened to 2 people examine this guy on the same statement, and now they're saying the statement needs to be amended. And when asked, this guy says he actually saw the errors back when he wrote the statement. I'm like, guy, you didn't even write the statement. So Advocate Mnisi, after Ramsipele re-examines him and asks him about the changes, and then he's like very defensive. But Mnisi, guys, know today Mnisi was the man of the match, because Mnisi just brought it with his first question in re-examination. In cross-examination, Mnisi came blazing, guys. Mnisi was just like, Mr. Zungu, do you know what perjury is? I was like, man, guys, Mnisi, calm down. That was the first question. He's like, sir, do you know what perjury is? I'm like, yay, what are you saying, Mnisi? And then I could feel like the energy in the court from the screen, yes. I could feel, but the energy is changing. Yes, Baloyi tried. I could hear Baloyi in the background. He was trying to object. He actually did object. He was like, there's no basis. There's no basis objection. There's no basis to that question. And the judge was like, yeah, Mr. Mnisi, you cannot. It's baseless. The question is baseless. I'm like, Mnisi was like, how is it baseless? They're like, where are you going with that? And then Mnisi was like, this guy is a police officer, and he said he's coming here to witness as a police officer. So I'm asking him, does he know what perjury is? Of which he should know. He's been with the police force for at least 12 years. So he should know what perjury is. So I'm like, yes, Mnisi, don't back down. Mnisi was like, sir, I ask again, do you know what perjury is? And this guy is like, yes, I know what perjury is. And Mnisi, guys, is petty. Yes, Mnisi was like to the judge, my lord, he said he knows what perjury is. You're saying that the question is baseless. I've provided the basis for my question. Now, he's already said that he knows. So I'd like to continue. That's Mnisi, yes. Give it to them, Mnisi. And Mnisi was like, so please, sir, explain to me what perjury is. And this guy is like, also the judge started saying, but perjury could mean something else. The judge started interfering, guys. And I'm like, judge, why are you so uncomfortable with this question being asked? So, and Miss was like, no, I would like the answer to come from the witness, right? Because he's already said, even though you're saying there's no basis to my question, but he's already said that he knows what perjury is. So I would like for him to answer. Sir, what is perjury? Please define perjury for me. And the guy was like, I don't know. He was like, I don't know. Because the judge had already alluded to him. The judge already said, Mr. Miss, you can't ask that. He doesn't know. But the guy has already said. So Miss was like, but he already said he knows. So the guy was like, Uzungu now. He's like, I don't know. In my opinion, should I define it? In my opinion? And the miss was like, you said you know what perjury is, so tell us what perjury is. The guy was like, defense me la. He was so defensive. I'm like, chill. You're not being accused here. You're just a witness, right? So he was like, perjury is you. Nisi was like, tell me what perjury is. In your opinion, you can say it's anything. Just say something. So the guy was like, oh, perjury is you. I'm like, judge, are you gonna keep quiet? The judge didn't say anything. I'm like, no. If it was Nisi who was being sarcastic, the judge would have like fought for the witness. But now the witness is being sarcastic, but the judge is like, not even gonna reprimand or even say, sir, please behave. So anyways, the cross went on, but today, guys, was on fire. I can't wait for Mzansi Reality to do the analysis of today, because I don't have all the details. I'm just doing the highlights, and I think Nisi's on the right track. And yeah, guys, I don't know, tell me what you think. is Zungu a credible witness? I'm just saying, kuningi with Zungu that is not adding up. If he does know these guys, and it sounds like, I don't know, am I the only one who feel this way? It sounds like Zungu, this police officer on the stand, is the one who ratted these guys out. It sounds like he's the one that gave the police their information and even attached them to this case. I don't know. That's my opinion. Everything I said right now was alleged. Everything that's said on this video is alleged, guys. I don't know anything. I wasn't there. I'm just hearing facts, if they are facts, in court like everyone else. You guys are entitled to your opinions, as am I. As I am. I don't know. English is not my mother tongue, so please excuse me. But anyways, just go and watch the case. I think I'll be coming to vent here more often. Vent session done.